Hello, hello. My name is Crystal Chiwu, and I'm your Hope Catalyst, and you're welcome to the Hope Grill, where we teach, infuse, and experience hope. With me on the grill today is an entrepreneur, a writer, HR consultant, and the founder of BI Empowerment. She now works with young people to bring out the best in them and make them to be what they should be in life, having come from our own experience of having low self-esteem to a place where now she is building life and making the best out of them. You're welcome to the Hope Grill, Tokunbo Fashera.
Thank you very much. Crystal, I'm happy to be here. Actually.
You look very beautiful, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I've actually had a stressful week and all that, so I'm glad I still look good.
Yes, you do. You now work with young people. You've battled and fought low self-esteem, and you look really very confident, by the way. So how have you been able to do that, moving from somewhere with a low self-esteem and coming to the point where now Tokunbo Fashera is, someone with a very high self-esteem?
Okay, I think the reason why I decided to go to do all this was because of the kind of upbringing, well, not upbringing, the kind of childhood and teenage years I had while growing up. In fact, I guess it started from when I was like 7 years or so, or 6 years, yeah. My sister and I were in the same class. We happened to be in the same class. She got double promotion. She had the first position, and she got double promotion, and she met me in class, and she got to my class and started topping the class.
Wow.
And I was scoring, I was getting maybe like 18th position, and all that. So I was already feeling like my sister was already better than me, that was how it started. And then whenever we're at home, she's so pretty. People will come and say, oh my God, she's so pretty. And they'll look at me and they wouldn't say anything. And, automatically, what impression are they trying to create that I'm ugly? Well, that was the impression I was getting because she was the one, they will always skip me. I'm the firstborn. They will skip me and then they will make her the flower girl. She was always getting the little bridesmaid, positions, and wow. I never got anything. And, I felt so bad, and she was doing so well in school. And, I'll look at myself in the mirror and I would just see an ugly human being. I thought my nails were very ugly because most people in my class had very short nails that they used to chew, and my own nails were so long and everything. So I'll go around my hands like this. Meanwhile, my nails, I like those that I even fixed and all that. So, wow. In fact, it was so bad that at some point, I was telling people that I was an Igbo girl, forgetting that my name was Tokunbo, thinking that the Igbo people were better than even the Yoruba people. So it was something that I kind of struggled with, and my story is actually long. It's actually a long story. I don't know how much we can do in 20 minutes or 30 minutes that we have here, because I battled rejection for over 20 years. And wow. I'm currently writing a book. I'm going to launch it in November, The Persistent Woman, Overcoming Over 20 Years of Rejection, because this thing continued. When we're about to get into secondary school again, my WAEC results, not even WAEC results, common entrance, the common entrance, to get into the common entrance, we were at the exam venue, my script was just missing. And it was a computer-based whatever. And then when we were done, when the result came out, my sister passed the cutoff point and I didn't. So it even started with that. I got into secondary school. Of course, she was doing way better, and we're in the same class. There was so much comparison. They were comparing us. And when we got into by the time we wrote WAEC again, oh my God, my sister had all the A's and I didn't even make up to 5 credits.
Wow.
And then getting into the university again was a struggle. She had gotten into the university before me. The one after her too had gotten into the university before me. The story is actually so long because I kept writing exams. I kept writing JAMB. They would seize my results. I kept even writing GCE to retake. I wrote mathematics about 4 times, and they kept seizing my results. I remember an instance where after writing my GCE, I got out and one of the invigilators called me out and said to me that he wanted to see me, and he showed me my script. Meanwhile, the external invigilators had gone. He took out, I was like, this is my script. He said, yes, they are taking out my script. They had written another one for me that they just want financial benefit. I wondered why it was my own that they had to pick out. And apparently they discovered that there was malpractice and my result was not released. I remember writing PolyJAMB. I was sitting just behind my sister and result came out. And hers was released, she passed. Mine was not even released.
So basically, it's just been a whole cycle of different things happening from time to time.
Exactly.
What were your parents in all of this?
My parents, people were coming to my parents and telling them that this girl will never amount to anything in life, that they should stop wasting money on me. I would cry. I would think about killing myself, because you can imagine when you have your younger one in school, you have the second one in school with 4 girls, and the third one about to get into school, and I was still at home. Even my parents, I'm sure they were really happy to see me at home, even though they were very supportive. I really appreciate them and all that. But when people come, they're like, she's still at home and all that. And then people were telling them horrible things, that they should send me to go and learn how to make clothes or do hairdressing, because I could never amount to anything in life. So it was a struggle. Even before I could get into university, when I got into university, a week to our exams, I realized that my admission was fake.
Wow.
I remember that day in the University of Jos Faculty of Law, I fell on the floor. I was rolling and I was crying. I didn't even care. I didn't even know what, I just couldn't. that was when they had to put me in University of Law to do a diploma in law, just to get me out of the house, because I was already going crazy.
Wow.
And I was already excited, at least I was in school. And just a week to the exam, it wasn't even a week to the exam, it was like 3 days to my exams, I discovered that my admission was fake. And fast forward, I got into school, thank God. As in maybe because I don't know really how much I can say here. That's why I had to put it into a book. Fast forward, I got into school. When you know that you have issues with your academics, issues with getting into school, I put in as much as I could into ensuring that I graduated.
I mean, you're here today, Tokunbo, and that is why we are on the grill. I don't want you to go anywhere. Just hold, and we will be right back. Welcome back. Tokunbo, having gone through all of this circle and, it seemed like one rejection or the other and all the things that deepened the low self-esteem, how did you get out of all of this?
It was something I still battled with while in the university. And then when I got out of the university, I was like, finally, I've graduated. Getting into service year again was a problem. They kept omitting my name. But I guess that was the best thing that happened to me, because my name got omitted 2 times. I missed service year twice. And by the time I got into I got to camp, I was posted to Ibadan. I met this young lady. She was in my platoon. I was posted to platoon too, thank God. And she was right in front. She was the shortest in the platoon, so she was always in front. And we just hooked up, and whenever I see her, I just keep telling her all the horrible things about myself, how I felt about myself, all the negativity in my life. And she would just shut me up and say, Tokunbo, will you shut up? You have so much greatness in you. What are you saying? Stop saying these things. You know, at first I looked at her, I was like, is this girl all right? What's she saying? As in, what's all this? But, you know, she kept on, she will, anytime I say anything negative about myself, she will just shut me up. So anytime I see her, I'll be like, "Oh, I beg, I don't want wahala. Let me just, you know," so rather than say negative things, I just start saying positive things, or I keep quiet. And, you know, she became my friend in camp. And you can imagine hanging out with that kind of person for 3 weeks. Your mindset will change. And from NYC camp, I set a 10-year goal.
Wow.
Just hanging out with her. Name is Okoyemi Oduwole. Hanging out with her. I set a 10-year goal and I achieved it in 9 years.
Wow. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks to Okoyemi, because I'm sure that she's actually been that huge support for you.
Oh, yeah.
To get to where you are.
Even till now, we're still close. We
I can
still
imagine.
spoke this morning.
I can
and all that.
imagine.
We talk every night and all. You know, what Okpe did that stood out, and I encourage people, because I realized, and that's one of the reasons why I'm into youth empowerment, trying to empower young people, aside, because I'm a career coach and all that, aside empowering them in the professional aspect, I also try to, you know, also mentor. I mentor a lot of them, and I try to empower them in their personal lives as well, because I knew that I wished that I'd met someone like Okpe probably when I was in secondary school. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, because if she had instilled that spirit of positivity in me, then I probably would have achieved more, you know, believing in myself and all that. So I could tell you what Okpe did for me was to eradicate all the negativity I had about myself, you know, the impression people had created about me. Unfortunately, most of the people I had around me were people that saw just the negatives in me, you know, were always condemning me and all that. But, you know, Okpe made sure that all she said to me were the things that were positive about me. You know, she kept even the negative parts, you know, she kept turning it into a positive thing. You know, Tokumo, you can actually do this. Tokumo, you can actually do this. So I encourage them that, see, the first thing you need to do, in fact, to be successful in life, you know, is to eradicate anything negative about you, starting from yourself, what you think about yourself, and then what people think about you. The people around you matter. Anytime I do trainings and all that, especially I was in Ibadan yesterday, I was at the NYT camp, I was telling them, I tell them that pick up a piece of paper, write down the names of the 5 people closest to you. And you now, if they inspire you, you put a plus. If they drain you, you put a minus. Wow. You know, and many times I find out that a lot of them, they all have, the 5 people are all minuses. Of course, your life will become a minus.
Yeah.
So you have to surround yourself with positivity for you to be able to succeed. So I guess that was what I did, and that has helped me. And because I just became an extremely positive person, anything I set my heart to achieve, I will. And once there's, maybe when I get into trouble or there's some sort of mistake, I will take a step back. Okay, what did I do wrong here? It's not like I'm not going to give up.
Sure.
Because my eye is on that goal, and I'm looking at it, and I'm just looking at it, and that is all I'm seeing. So every other thing, failure, whatever, they are all distractions, and my focus is on that goal. So I just think of what I need to do differently to achieve that goal.
So how do you kind of spot? So for instance, maybe I don't even know. How do I know if I have low self-esteem? Are there traits or characteristics or things that you see in somebody that has a low self-esteem?
You know, funny enough, when I mentoring young people and talking to them, within some people, within 3-5 minutes of speaking with them, I can pick it. You'll be able to pick it. You just from what you're just saying, just things people say generally.
Like
you
what?
know, like you could say, I don't know, but they say that I could do this, or I'm good at this, but I don't really know. That's maybe somebody could be saying something good in you, and then you're asking the person, so what are you passionate about? I don't know. Some people feel that that means you don't think you can do that thing.
So those
unless
already start giving you to
exactly
pointers.
Those are pointers already. There are just so many. Sometimes you see they're looking at them, the way they even talk to you or come up to you, they are not looking confident. I remember then, I can't even look anybody in the eye. Most times I'm looking down. When I'm talking to you, it's more like approaching somebody. It's more like I want to plead. Please, can you, with this I remember a friend of mine one day just shouted at me, why do you always like talking like a baby? Because I just felt like if I don't do that, people wouldn't listen to me and all that. So I still see a lot of young people, carrying that kind of aura, or I don't know what to call it.
So basically, exactly. I mean, people that can't look you in the face to even say whatever it is they want to say, even when they are in the right. Probably begin to give us pointers that they have low self-esteem.
And it's quite unfortunate. We have a lot of Nigerian youths battling with low self-esteem. And I can't remember, I was talking to somebody and she was talking about auditioning for like movies and all that for talk as talk show hosts, and all. And she said that they were complaining that most of the people they take are people that schooled abroad and all that, that we don't like taking Nigerian youths and all. But the thing about people that school abroad or something, I don't know, there's some sort of exposure they give to them while they are young or while they are in school. They take them through, they ensure that they're exposed to public speaking from a young age.
There are a lot of youths out there that are having low self-esteem and they're unsure about what to do. So they identify the fact that they have low self-esteem. They know that they have a problem. What will be the things that you will need to tell them to help them get out of the situation?
The first thing is to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. The truth is, as long as you can set your heart to do something, in fact, for me, it's as far as I can see. As far as I can see, I can achieve as far as I can see. I was telling them yesterday that when my goals, I said that when I was talking to a mentor about my goals, he was saying that if your goals are not big enough to scare you, then they are not great goals. And that's the truth. Don't be afraid. Believe that you can do anything. Sure. And once you believe that you can do it, I actually just gave an advice to people that are planning to venture. And the second thing I would have, if I had met the young man before he ventured, I would have advised him to have started it
before.
Exactly.
Way before.
Something on the side, maybe during the maybe public holidays or at the weekends. You don't just leave and then you don't just wake up one morning and say you want to venture. And then a very close friend of mine, currently she's a banker, she wants to resign her job and move into she wants to run her own business. And I said to her, have you saved 3 years of your salary? And that's the truth, because I'm talking from experience. I suffered. I really suffered. I ventured. I started selling my gold.
Wow. Tokunbo, if you ask me, for this guy, I will basically just tell him there's nothing wrong in starting all over again. If he can go back to his former employer and his former employer can take him back, yes. But if not, put out your CV. Start asking yourself, what else can you do? Don't let that keep you down. Don't let that make you stay where you are today. Just ensure that you do something about it. And I'm sure that if you were a great person where you used to work before,
exactly what I was going to say.
They will get you. They will take you back.
If he was diligent in his work, and responsible and was a performer, they will definitely take him back. But he should not give up on his dream. Like I said, it's something he can always do by the side as long as it doesn't affect his work.
So basically, get back, talk to your former employer. It's not working. Pick up your CV, dust it up, do something about it, and definitely you will have hope arising again. Quote of the day. There is never a night or problem that could defeat the sunrise of hope. I know you've enjoyed hanging out with us today on The Grill, and we've had such an amazing time. And Tokunbo, I just want to say thank you very much for coming on The Grill. This is a small gift from us.
It's so cute.
Thank you. Thank you. And, we hope that you will continue to be the light that you are and keep shining and keep helping people that have very low self-esteem to begin to get their esteem back on. Thank you so much for coming. And until I see you again on the Hope Grill, I want you to be hope, do hope, and give hope.